Music Access. Our precious MA fam, Unita Swinyo from Indonesia, always throws some interesting questions our way. And here's what she asked this time. What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought? And what's the most precious belonging that you've lost? I was trying to think of an answer and started to wonder what you guys would think, so let me ask y'all. What is the most expensive thing that you've bought, and what is the most precious thing that you've lost? Sorry. If you send me your answers on our message board, I'll happily give you mine. Remember, it doesn't have to be just for this question. What about this? For all of the random questions that our listeners send in, we'll all answer them together. What do you think? That's a great idea, right? You might be thinking why. Well, duh, it's 'cause we're a family, right? November 16th, 2015 was Sparks by Hilary Duff. Some Music Access fam, so y'all heard my question, right? So instead of me just answering your questions, let's answer them together. I mean, why didn't we think of this sooner? It'll give us a chance for our listeners who asked the question to hear a lot of different answers, and we'll all get to know each other a little bit better through these answers. Maybe? I don't know. So today's question is, what is the most expensive thing that you've bought, and what is the most precious thing that you've lost? Let me know your answers on our message board. We'll read them aloud during message time. I think it'll be more fun the more you participate. So of course, the more you participate, the more fun it is. Exactly, just said the same thing twice. I'll be looking forward to your responses. And so for the first hour diving into our show, we have our daily corners, Me, You, All About Music with C. We just heard the song My House by Flo Rida. And it's time for message time. So recently, actually, I'm sure everyone has heard about the terrorist attack that happened in Paris. It's very, very unfortunate, and all our prayers and our thoughts and support go to everyone currently over there. And so in regards to that, we had a message about that from Jenny from the USA saying, Benji, there's some bad news. I'm not sure if you heard about it, but this Friday there was a terrorist attack in Paris, and the death toll is over 100. They said that there were multiple attack points, with one being a concert venue and another being a soccer stadium. It's all over the news, and I'm not sure if you have family or friends over there, but please keep Paris in your thoughts and prayers. For something like this to happen breaks my heart. I think when it comes to these kind of events, there are things that no one really believes they can happen to a certain extent. When I first read the news myself, it was a moment where, this can't be happening. But then, as the news continues to go on, and, recently, if you heard the news right before our show, and, if you're just looking at the news now, besides just going on in terms of Paris, France has attacked the terrorist strongholds in Syria. And so, as our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in Paris, and hopefully this can get kind of worked through, the recovery hopefully will be as fast as possible, and I think that's the most that we can hope for. And hopefully the people that initiated this attack will be brought to justice. So our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in France, and hopefully if anyone here is listening in France, stay safe, stay indoors, and be secure. Alright, so our next message comes from Flor Lopez from the USA saying, Hey Benji Opa, it's been a while. Hope you've been keeping warm. Please tell your members to keep warm as well. That's right, as winter is coming through, we gotta stay a little bit warmer, keep everything together. I actually have a little bit of the sniffles. A little bit, not too much, just a little bit, which is kind of why I sneezed in the intro. But yeah, overall, keeping warm. I think it's weird because the weather's actually been getting a little bit warmer for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but as the weather does get warmer, cooler, we'll be sure to dress up warmly as well. And Niabu from the USA having a response to my opening question in the intro, saying, to answer Unita's questions, the most expensive thing I've bought is probably plane tickets, and the most precious thing I lost is a bracelet my friends bought me. I was really upset when I lost it. It's very expensive. Plane tickets are like crazy expensive, honestly. I think just coming to Korea may have been my most expensive purchase yet. unless you count, the cost of a music video and all that stuff. But for me personally, most expensive thing that I've ever kind of lost. I'm not really good at losing things, but once I lost my wallet, which is it contains a lot of things that could potentially be very expensive. And so, that was a huge event for me. And the most expensive thing that I've ever bought, I'd say the plane ticket. Because, usually I don't spend a lot of money on myself besides food. And, food, it can get in the crazy expensive range. But, the food that I eat doesn't get that expensive. So yeah, guys, of course, if you guys have any responses to our question of the day for the most expensive thing you've bought and the most precious thing you've lost, continue to send those up onto our message board, and we'll share more of them later. Alright, so before we go to Me You, we're going to check out a song, and we're going to listen to the song Poison by Rita Ora.
I could have beer for breakfast.
Spending time with me and you, stories between me and you. Me, you. We always want to hear from you on Music Access, and we want to hear from you about what kind of person you are, what you like, what you think about, and how you spend your day. We also want to know about your family, friends, coworkers, and the people around you. We want to know about them, how you know them, what kind of memories you have with them, and what you do with them. Our new daily corner, Me You, is all about that. Stories about me that I want to tell DJ Benji. Stories about the people around me that I want to tell our Music Access family. Stories about my day, stories about my family, and stories about my friends. We'll share those stories about me, you, and everyone around us on Me You. So here's how you can participate for our corner. Just visit www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and write Miyu on your title. Or download Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio on your smartphone and use the comment function to write Miyu on your title and leave us a message that way. Now let's start today's Miyu, and today's first Miyu comes from Yunita Swinyo from Indonesia, who gave us our question of the day. This says, "Hello Benji and all MA fam. This is a story of mine when I met my friends of my writing community blog for the first time. We chatted a lot before on SNS, did some writing projects together, before finally 5 of the 12 members found a time to meet on 2014 when I went to Surabaya. We talked, we ate, and of course did a lot of selfies. One thing I remember is they said that I'm so quiet in real life and asked me whether it's because that was our first time meeting. Yeah, I think so. When I meet someone for the first time, I tend to be so awkward and don't know what to say or what to do. It feels like all the words disappear from my mind. But after some time, I can be someone who can't stop speaking, lol. But in the reverse situation, it's a different case. For example, when I meet someone for the first time who I don't know before. When I traveled to Korea and I met some other foreigners, sometimes I'd talk to them first, or on the first day of school, I talk with some of them first to be friends with them, although I still feel awkward with them. How about you, Benji? How is your attitude if you meet someone you know and talked before on an online site before, and then talk with someone who's totally a stranger for the first time?" I would say, when it comes to meeting people, regardless of whether I've met them before, whether I haven't met them before, I am someone who is very, very honest. I try to keep a very positive attitude. And part of that is just, I know some people are not the best people at, saying hi to new people. And that's totally understandable, When you come to situations like this, you have to get used to it. I'm used to it because I've moved a lot. I came to Korea. And again, I'm a radio DJ, which means I don't really have a choice. I need to be open. I need to go places and be like, hey, it's nice to meet you. Welcome here, welcome there. But then when it comes to, different, when I'm a relaxed situation. Sometimes I'm not actually the first person to say hi, and it's totally natural. I think part of that's just how comfortable you are, and part of what I feel my role is when I meet new people is to make sure that they're comfortable. And, the best way to do that is for me to be open, positive, and say hi first, even if it means extending a hand towards someone that I may be a little nervous with the first time. But, overall, I think it's a good attitude to have, meeting new people and being very open with them. I think that's something that we can look forward to in a good way. And at the same time, it's an opportunity to create new social bridges. So, why not? All right, so thanks for your message, and I hope you'll send more messages to this corner. And now we're going to check out a song and come back with another message for our Me You corner. We're going to listen to the song Me and the Rhythm by Selena Gomez. We just heard the song Me and the Rhythm by Selena Gomez, and it's time for our second Me You message, which comes from Desiree from the USA, saying, Hey Benji, I just submitted my grant proposal to the NSF, or the National Science Foundation. I felt really relieved to finish it, but now I get to experience constant anxiety for the next few months while I wait for the outcome. If I get the grant, I'll be spending next summer in Korea working on my thesis research. I'll even get to study at Seonggyun University. Fingers crossed. Wow, that sounds really cool. So getting a grant is like receiving money, for those of you who don't know. And, I don't... What are you going to be studying? I think that's what I want to know. I'm reading this, congratulations on your proposal. I hope everything was well. But I'm curious in knowing, when you come to Korea, what are you going to be studying? Are you going to be studying... I don't know, because there's no details about this. It's great, that I think you're taking a step, though. And, when it comes to these kinds of things, these are big things that, we don't just kind of like, oh, I should do this and send it. This requires a lot of time, effort, planning everything out. And then once you send it, I know exactly how it must be feeling, not knowing how it's going to be received, whether or not it's going to get approved. But hopefully, when it does get approved, you, first of all, have a party. And then when you do get the chance to come to Korea, definitely, while you study, find time to enjoy the country as well. Personally, for me, I feel like the more you study, the more stressed out you can get, which means you need to play in order to study well. It's a scientific fact proven by Professor Ben, DJ. So yes, while you come to Korea, because I believe that it will get approved, enjoy your time as well with the food, and they have a lot of great stuff here, so make sure to check it out when you do come, and stop by Arirang Tower. Alright, so, thanks for your message, and I hope you'll send more messages to us for our corner, Me, You. Remember, you can participate for this corner by visiting our message board at www.arirangradio.com/music access and writing Me, You on your message title, or downloading Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio on your smartphone and using the comment function to write us a message. Remember to leaving your title as Me You. Now, we're going to check out a song before we go to All About Music with Season 2 Benji Style. And the song that we're going to check out actually is a very, very special song. The song is called Stop Today by Tropopose. And the reason it's so special is that this song is produced by none other than someone that you and I know very, very well. Tropopose is the artist name of our producer! Woo! Our PD님, PD Go. He released this song, so this is kind of my recommendation. I heard it and I was like, I think that our listeners would really want to hear this. So guys, without further ado, let me present the track. Listen to it, and of course, send in your messages so I can read them to our PD님 about how good it is. We're going to check out the song Stop Today by Tropopose and be right back.
For today,
All about music and all about quizzes. A great collaboration of music and quizzes. All about music quiz. Music Quiz and Benji come together to make this corner more complete. All about Music Quiz Season 2, it's Benji's style. So, what is today's AA Music Quiz answer? Before we get to that, what do you guys think of the song? It's good, right? I love the chords in the beginning. And I love the fact that there's a kind of orchestral sound to the song itself that I think really offsets it. And then the balance, he's saying all of that in, English. And that's our Pidinim's voice. He sings pretty good, doesn't he? So, of course, after you heard it, you obviously have opinions on it. So send in those messages onto our message board. And now we'll go to today's AA Music Quiz answer. Today's answer is a group, and it's not a girl group, but it is a boy group. I don't know why that was a big deal. If it's not a girl group, obviously it's a boy group. So the first hint is Benji's hint. So, today's group showed us a really strong concept on stage that, I think it's just very totally reminiscent of them now, if you think about this concept. So I'll give you a hint about that concept. So, this concept has pale skin, as pale as Snow White, fangs, and has eternal youth. Blood. I need more blood. And I hate garlic. I hate garlic and sunlight and spaghetti. Just because there's garlic in it, not because of the tomato sauce. And I'm not an ordinary person. I could be a count. Or I could be a very hunky thing from the movie/book series Twilight. Yeah. So, who is Edward? What is Edward? There's something you can think of with these hints, right? Vampire, obviously. I wasn't talking about someone who's afraid of garlic. That's something else. So, that's the concept for today's group. So, which idol group is very famous for their vampire concept? Alright, so that's it for Benji's hint. If you know today's answer, write answer on your title and send us a message with the correct answer. Now we'll listen to a song and come back with another hint for AA Music Quiz. We're going to listen to the song that Leon Teo of Singapore requested, Lightsaber by EXO. We just heard the song Lightsaber by EXO, which is part of their promotions for the new movie involving lightsabers that's coming out soon. Alright, so today's answer is a group for All About Music with Season 2. Our second hint, of course, will be a music hint. I'm gonna let you hear a part of today's answer, so can we have that hint, please? Boom, boom, boom. So this song is the release of today's answer. It's doing well on the charts and it's a good song. So which group is it? If you know the answer, you can send it in using the comment function on your Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app. Or you can go to www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave your answer on our message board. For both, don't forget to write answer on your title before you send your message. And as we move right along, we're going to check out another song. And this is the song that Unita of Indonesia wants to hear. 143 I Love You by Henry featuring Amber. We just heard the song 143 I Love You by Henry featuring Amber, and it's time for message time. Our first 3 messages are in response to our listeners who heard our Pidinim song. So we have Unita Swinyo from Indonesia saying, "Thumbs up Pidinim! Stop today, it's a nice song, Pidinim. Sounds so soulful, a song to listen to while relaxing in the afternoon with a cup of tea or coffee." Darcy Ann from the USA saying, "Wonderful song, 10 out of 10. And Nia Boo from the USA saying, "Wow, Pidinim 대박. It's so awesome that you also make music. Haha, wow, really cool. Tropopause is an interesting name. I wonder what it stands for. So, during the song break, of course, I looked up tropopause, and it is, quote-unquote, the boundary in the Earth's atmosphere between the troposphere and the stratosphere. Now, what does that mean? I'm not 100% sure myself, so instead of me trying to make an interpretation, I was thinking, why don't we invite our PD님 into the studio at some point? Instead of having just, him outside and him here, you guys want to know what he looks like, you want to hear what his voice sounds like, in not his singing voice, but his real manly voice. So, at some point, if we can, we'll invite him in the studio for a little maybe one-on-one session and get his full interpretation on that. Sounds good, right? I gave him a thumbs up and he shook his head. So we'll do it! Woo! Alright, so, continuing on to more messages, we have Azucena from the USA saying, "Hi Benji, what's up? I'm excited for your comeback. The teaser was quite a teasing teaser, and there's a chance I may go to Korea in mid-December. Hopefully I get to see you then. Good luck." That sounds awesome. If you come to Korea in mid-December, depending on how mid-September is, you might be able to get a chance to see us perform on stage. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. It is a possibility, though. And I'm thinking, hey, why not? Because, it could work. Next message comes from... Oh, actually, Azucena said, in response to our question as well, "The most expensive thing I bought so far were plane tickets to Japan and back home. The most precious thing I lost... I haven't lost anything yet?" You will. Just wait for it. One day you will lose something precious to you. Just kidding. Hopefully you don't. And hopefully, if you haven't lost anything yet, y'all continue to not lose anything. But, if you do end up losing something, make sure you find and try to remember where you put it. Although it looks like, I think for a lot of us, the most expensive thing that people buy are plane tickets. Continuing on, Moki from the USA saying, "I'm trying to think of the most expensive thing I've bought. I don't think I really know. Maybe a nice steak? I like steak. The most precious thing I lost was one of my teddy bears. I had this bear and his name was Teddy. Original. My parents gave him to me the day after I was born, and I grew up with him basically. It's really cute how something like that could give a person such strength and joy. When I lost Teddy, my heart broke. I managed to find the same bear online and reordered it, but for some reason, something doesn't feel the same. Obviously, because, you grew up with a certain thing, it's going to absorb your scent, it's going to absorb the entire, feeling of that, and then now that you're just kind of changing it, it's going to, change a little bit. Even if it's the same bear, it's going to be a little bit different. But hopefully, with the same bear, you continue to show it great love and affection, like I'm sure you will. Samantha from Australia saying, "Good day, Benji. You said at the beginning of the show about the most expensive thing I've bought. Well, when I was younger, it was my car, but now it's my home. It's quite scary to think that you have to pay all that money back that you borrowed. The most precious thing I've lost is a diamond pendant. I was so sad when I realized I lost my beautiful pendant. Take care, send in love, hugs and kisses." Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I remember one time I lost my headphones, and I was like, oh my gosh, because they were really, really good headphones. And to this day, I think someone took it. I'm like 99% sure. But I don't know who it is. But I think someone took it. And Aaron Johnson from the USA saying, "The most expensive thing I bought was my computer, while the most precious thing I lost is not a thing but a person. My grandfather was my most precious person who went to heaven this year." But at least, I'm sure he is in a better place, full of happiness, and he's looking down at you and taking care of you to make sure that you're not ever going to lose that computer. So hopefully, when it comes to memories with your grandparents, maybe you had some pictures that you have on the computer, take care of those as well. So like I said, I think having this kind of question of the day is a new concept that we just kind of tried out for today, but I think it's good. It gives us a little bit more of a chance to communicate and get to know each other. And like I said, you guys can answer the questions, or if you guys want, you can send in the questions. I'm not going to be, so blunt as to say, put your thing under the title as question of the day. But, if you want to write in your message, I have an idea for a question of the day kind of thing, that might not be that bad of an idea. So if you have those things, send them in. Now we're going to check out a song that Mylene of the USA wanted to hear, and we're going to listen to You Got Me by Got7.
다른 girl You got me 느낌이 오는 girl You got me good I got you 난 알아 girl I got you 넌 빠진 girl I got you 날 믿어 girl I got you girl
We just heard the song You Got Me by Got7, and it is almost time to wrap up our first hour. In the second hour, of course, we'll come back with Karen for All That K. So to wrap up things for our first hour, I'm going to let you hear the amazing song Jealous by Labyrinth, and I will be right back.